My story is much too sad to be told, but practically everything leaves me totally cold. The only exception I know is the case when I'm out on a quiet spree, fighting vainly the old ennui, and I suddenly turn and see your fabulous face. I get no kick from champagne. Mere alcohol doesn't thrill me at all. So tell me, why should it be true that I get a kick out of you? Some get a kick from cocaine. I'm sure that if I took even one sniff, yeah, that would bore me terrifically too. Yet I get a kick out of you. I get a kick every time I see you standing there before me. I get a kick, though it's clear to see you obviously don't adore me. I get no kick in a plane, flying too high with some gal in the sky is my idea of nothing to do. Yet I get a kick, you give me a boot, yes, I get a kick out of you. That was I Get a Kick Out of You, written for Anything Goes by Cole Porter way back when. And I played it straight from the charts of the Morristown Uke Jam. So take the link in the video description, download the free song sheet, grab your own ukulele, come on board, and play along with this video. And if you'll be anywhere near Morristown, New Jersey, come out and play with us. In just a moment, I'll do a basic tutorial covering everything I just played. At the very end, I'll do a slow motion close-up play along they might find helpful. But right now, if you like the video, please like the video with a thumbs up. If you want lots more, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want over 1,000 more free downloadable ukulele song sheets, each one with a link to its own free video tutorial and play along, just like this one, then check out our Dropbox and then come play with us. Okay, this isn't an easy song. I count 26 chords and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 alternate versions of chords, although you don't have to play those if you don't want to, but still. So altogether, I played 32 different forms in that relatively short song. It's not really a beginner song, so I didn't try to make it a beginner song. You know, sometimes I do that. Sometimes I'll have a beginner version or an easier version than this. I didn't try to do that. I'm just thinking, pick a different song if you don't want to work hard at this one, you know, or if you're a beginner and not ready for it, or start on it and eventually you'll get to it. It is not crazy hard. It really, really is not crazy hard, and I'll show you how to do every piece of it, but it might take you a while. So if you love it, then go ahead, start it, work at it, but I'm going to only show you one way to do it. Okay, this the strum, basically there's two different pieces, and then I break the rules. The first piece, I called it a slow gliding strum arpeggio. Generally speaking, the strum, you can just take a single index finger down. That's the strum whenever the chord changes. That's the whole intro except for the last line, right? My story is much too sad to be told. See, I strum every time there's a chord change. And then in between, I'm basically just going from the top string down. And yes, I'm playing a low G ukulele for this. I think it sounds better with low G on this. You could play high G if you want, but you might choose to play it a little differently than I'm doing, because I'm playing, by playing from the top down, I'm playing from the lowest note up, right? That's what the sound is for me. So you might want to do, like, right? You might want to start with the second string. My story is much too sad to be told. That, just then, I was going 2, 3, 4 instead, or excuse me, you really count strings from the floor up, so just then I was doing 3, 2, 1 instead of 4, 3, 2, right? 4, 3, 2, 4, 4, 4, 3, 2, 4, 4, right? That's the string I'm plucking, counting from the floor. That's convention. Anyway, so you could do 2, 3, 4 if you want instead, if you have a high G and you want to play your high G with this song. It would sound good, actually. It would sound good. A little bit harder because it's easier to start with the top string, but only a little bit. And that's only for the intro. Okay, the verses then, generally speaking, I called it a jaunty strum. I thought that fit the mood, but I'm just going to stay on the C5 that I start with, right? That's it. Generally speaking, that's it. Although sometimes I think, like, terrifically too, right? Sometimes in different places, I'll change the strum to fit the lyrics, right? To go along with the lyrics. But generally speaking, that's it. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. Okay. Chord transitions, that's the big one. That's the hard part of this song, because so many chords, and some of them aren't easy chords. None of them are crazy hard chords. In fact, this D minor 7 is probably the hardest, right? If you can't do the D minor 7, you could just do a D minor for that, right? My story is much too sad to be told, right? You can do just a D minor instead of a D minor 7. But be warned, if you can't do a D minor 7, this is probably going to be a hard song for you. So, all right. But that's the second string, or a second chord. So, I started with a C6. This is right in the intro, right? And then I drop a D7, a D minor 7 out of nothing. And from there to the G7, I'm gonna pick up one finger and slide my pinky down. And I agree, that's a weird-looking G7. Normally, you do a G7 like this, right? But you don't have to switch to this. You could just move that from there to there, and you've got, right? So, and then you slide that pinky back, and you got your C. My story is, and now drop a D minor on top, and you got the D minor 7 again. Much too sad to be, pick them all up, told. But now I'm gonna go back to a more conventional G7, because it's more comfortable. But practically everything. Now from here, I just slide that finger up to the C, right? And then slide it back down to the G7. Leaves me totally cold. And now the same thing. The only exception I know is the case. Now there, from here, my index finger is at least on the right string. I slide it up one fret and drop the whole B around it. Case. And now my middle finger is going to slide down one fret, drop the rest of the chord around it for that E7. When I'm out, you notice that? See, I got that B. Middle finger just slides down one fret for the E7, then slides up one fret for the B7. When I'm out on a... Now you have to pick them all up. All right. Quiet spree. Fighting vainly. Again, so from the E, you have to pick up and drop a B. But then, again, middle finger's in the right spot, exactly the right spot this time. Drop your index behind it for that B7. When I'm out, fighting vainly thee. And now middle finger, down one fret for the G7. Hold on, we. A7. And I suddenly turn and see an index finger stays where it is for a G7. You're fabulous. And now this sort of patter here. You might have to practice it, but it isn't hard. Drop 2 fingers, that's my C5, A minor. 1 finger. 2 fingers, 1 finger. That's it. And you can sit there and practice it if you need to, right? And now, back to that dropping of a D minor 7 like we did at the very beginning of the song. I get low. Now that's it. With 2 down strums, I'm going to switch to a D minor 6, kick, right? And then the same switch from a D minor 7 to a G7 that we've done a couple times already. So, I get no kick. That's pretty cool, huh? I get no kick from champagne. Here's the patter again. And once again, mere alcohol doesn't thrill me at all. Now, here's where you can just do an E minor if you want. Every place you see a superscripted number of the same color as the chord, that means you're playing up the net. I'm going to play up there, right? But you could just play the normal E minor, and it's the right chord. Here's what it'll sound like if I just play all the normal chords, and then I'll show you how I'm playing up the neck, which I agree is harder. So, mere alcohol doesn't thrill me at all. So tell me, why should it be true that I get a kick? Right? Here's what I'm doing. Mere alcohol doesn't thrill me at all. So tell me, why should it be true? Obviously, what I did was harder. Okay. But it's not crazy hard. You might have to look down. You might need little marks like I have on mine that say, oh, that's the 7th fret, so you don't miss it. I occasionally play this, or when I was practicing this, I played it without looking down, and I usually got it right. Usually, but not always. Sometimes I'd end up on the wrong fret, and I didn't want to have to film this multiple times. So I looked down, I think, so that I could see it. So that's where, like I said, the markers help me, because I can say, oh, 7th fret, 5th fret, all right. But it's not crazy hard. If you can do a B minor, then you can do this, right? And certainly you can do that, where you're just barring the whole fret. So anyway, way I'm doing it, second line of verse 1. Mere alcohol doesn't thrill me at 7th fret. It's basically a B minor. This is an E minor, but it's barring the 7th fret and dropping a finger. And then I'm just going to slide that bar down and pick up everything else. That's my D minor 7. So tell me why it... Now, from here, I've done different times when I was playing it. I noticed I played the G7 that comes after that. I've played it this way. I've played it this way. I've played it this way. I've played it all 3. Just try it. Play whatever you're most comfortable with. I think I usually went from there to there, right? I'm skipping a fret, back up to the 7th, and I've got my G7. So tell me why it should be true. Now, if you went from there to the slide up like that, that's actually easier to move to this C. So you might want to do that. And then all the way down to a G6, which is an easy chord. So you got to move a lot all the way down the neck, but at least you're landing an easy chord there. Then I get a kick out of you. Now, that stop, each of the verses has that, I gotta get a kick out of you, right? So I'm using my right hand for drama, basically just to stop at the kick. I got a kick out of you. And then first verse, I'm using a C major 7, because I thought it sounded cool. Slight change on the second verse. Couple different changes. First 2 lines are the same. Some get a kick from cocaine. I'm sure This is the different part. Pull me terrifically too. If you can do a closed G, then you can do this. Pull me to... So I'm barring the 7th fret, and I'm dropping that closed G position there. That's a C sharp. Sorry. Start on the 8th. Start on the 8th fret. C sharp, C, B, and then back to C. And then back to the G6. I get a kick out of... And this time, I just picked up a finger for this ending. In fact, if you have trouble with that, you could just do this all 3 verses. Right? Then to the bridge. Okay, E minor. Normal E minor now. I get a kick every time. So lot of chord changes, but they're all pretty easy chords. From that E minor, just slide your index finger down 1 fret, and you got your C7. I get a kick every time I see. I'm going back and forth from F to B flat. My index finger is just rolling up 2nd fret, or 2nd string, cover them both, 2nd string, cover them both, right? It's pretty straightforward back and forth. Every time I see you. And now I just pick up a finger for the A minor. Standing there. And again, these are 1-finger chords, so not so hard to go back between the A minor and C7. Standing there. B. Now, I regret that this finger's in the wrong place. You got to move it. It's only a 2-string or 2-finger chord, that G diminished. Oh, actually, I played it wrong, didn't I? I played a G diminished 7th. Mistake me. I get every time I see you standing there before. That is actually the better chord, but you could play a G diminished 7th if you'd prefer. I didn't even notice when I was playing just now. Before me, I get a kick, though it's clear. Now what I'm doing here, I'm basically just moving my index finger back and forth and picking up a finger. I've got D minor, and then that's what the that G minor 6 is. It's just 2 fingers. To see your now from the D minor, again, I pick up a finger and move 1 over to that F sharp diminished. F sharp diminished, hard to say, but not hard to do. Just a 2-finger chord. Obviously don't, another stop. Ignore me. Sorry, adore. What am I doing? I had the wrong chord. Adore me. And then, again, 3rd time, the first 2 lines are the same as the first 2 verses. I get a kick in a plane, flying too high with some gal in the sky. But now, again, difference for the 3rd verse is my idea of nothing to. Now, I'm just going to take this and slide it up 2 frets. Do, and that's an A7. And then slide down to the A7. It's normal A7. Yet I get a kick. Slide up. This is an E7 now. It's a B7 shape on the 7th fret. You give me a boot. Slide back down for an A minor. Yes, I get a kick out of you. And C6 is 12th fret. Just like that, all the way up. That's it. Okay, there are enough variations in the verses of this, and just 1 intro, just 1 bridge. I'm going to play clear through this song in slow motion, close up on my chord changing hand. Follow along with me in slow motion if you think it will be helpful. Here goes. 5, 6, intro, 7, and... My story is much too sad to be told, but practically everything leaves me totally cold. The only exception I know is the case when I'm out on a quiet spree, fighting vainly the old ennui, and I suddenly turn and see your fabulous face. I get no kick from champagne. The mere alcohol doesn't thrill me at all. So tell me, why should it be true that I get a kick out of you? Some get a kick from cocaine. I'm sure that if I took even one sniff, that would bore me terrifically too. Yet I get a kick out of you. I get a kick every time I see you standing there before me. I get a kick, though it's clear to see you obviously don't adore me. I get no kick in a plane, flying too high with some gal in the sky is my idea of nothing to do. Yet I get a kick. You give me a boot. Yes, I get a kick out of you. That's it. See you Wednesday.